Welcome back to Satisfactory. This is Techno Paladin, where all my factories are less than satisfactory currently. So after our last episode, I went around looking for some hard drives and some other odds and ends. And I came down along the coast down here. So we are kind of over here in this area. There's a couple oil nodes. And so we're going to be working on setting up a very small oil processing plant because we're almost out of power. So that way we can unlock fuel generation and then build a proper fuel power plant over in this area because we got 3 oil nodes. So we got our little factory down over here. Actually, it's over here. It's working away, doing its thing. I did die a couple times, and I just went while I was hunting for hard drives because I was coming down the coast here. Some giant spiders and some of those alphas got me. And so yeah, so we're gonna, I ran some power towers over. So here's the connector I got right here. And we got us a little oil set up right here. So we'll be able to take a look at it, see what it's gonna do for us. So because I'm not going to create something really fancy right this minute. I'm just going to create something very simple. Maybe even something that's like, like 2 refiners or something, as an example. Let's just come up here. Let me change my mode to Zoop. And let's just go out. Good 5 by 6, and we'll just kind of get this kind of give us at least a little bit of a platform to work on here. I haven't really looked at the recipes. I don't know if we need water or not. I did try to see if I have enough stuff to actually make a couple of these refineries, so hopefully we have what we need here. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to hook up this guy here. It's 120. If we come down here, I know I'm going to need this refinery. So we have an input and an output. Let me bring it. How big is this thing? Let me lock that in place. Let's see. That gives me 1.5. 1. Wow, these things are a pretty good size. Okay, I'm going to set that down and let's take a look at this recipe here. So we need, the main things that we need right now are plastic and rubber. Oops, let me come back over here. It's residual plastic and then residual rubber. Now, let's see, this is going to create, let's see, is that water? Yes, it's water, and that needs polymer resin. So, oh, hold on. So I think I'm actually going to be making this one. So, okay, this is the one that's from crude oil. So we got plastic, making that in heavy oil. We got rubber, making it in heavy oil. And then we got these that are using that waste. Let's see, this is going to create fuel and resin. And we can make fuel from heavy oil. Okay, well, I don't have any of the packagers right now either, and I have no way to burn this. I'm hoping I can maybe flush it. So I just want to hook up one of each of these. So we're just gonna stick 2 down here. So we're gonna set one up. We're going to be select recipe. We're gonna make plastic. Okay, and then this one here is gonna make rubber. And then we're just going to create some T's. Now we only have the oil coming in right now, so it's not a very big setup. Like I said, I'm trying to keep this small because our power is very, very minimal right now. So we got that and that. So then what we want to do is come down here and let's get us some logistics. not logistics, a storage container. Oops. Okay, first off, let's get a little more foundation. Okay. So we know... So since I've never really played this before, I'm trying to, learn the size of things too, so we can do better factory planning in the future. So we know this is going to create some stuff coming out. So let's go ahead and get that lined up there. I can go a little closer. Let's go about right there. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to just have to do some elevator lifts on this. So we're going to go ahead and go there to there, there to there. And then this is not going to produce but like 20 per minute, so we can just do a Mark 1. And then let's do a another Mark 1. Oops. There we go. Oops, I gotta turn that around. There we go. So we're gonna just take this guy here. And, okay, I need to go out one more. And, let's see. Looks like the bad guy deleted itself. Okay, well that's nice. So I'll just do that, and then we'll come over here. Drop that there. Alright, there we go. Now I'm going to go ahead and stick up another one of these guys over here, just so that way we can set this pipe up to come out. So there is a flush function, so I'm hoping I can just flush it a couple times. That's my hope anyway. Okay, so then we'll just come down here. There. Let's go ahead and get us our belt here. Ah, shoot, did I get that turned around? Alright, there we go. There we go. Hopefully that'll do what we want. Now, because I don't have a way for this oil to be, this heavy stuff to be used yet, it will require me to manually flush it. Where's the power? It's right there. Definitely gonna have to do a design for these, but I don't even know if this will fit in the blueprint designer. All right, let's come over here. Actually, let's go boom to boom. Let's bring that out to about right here. We can bring one over there to you. And then a little far away, so let's go ahead and bring, say there, and then okay, still a little too long. Okay, so there, that gets us power. So this should be all we need. All we gotta do is hook up the oil. And we should be good to go, hopefully. Bloop. so there we go. Now I did notice that I did put another oil refinery over here. There's a pure node. I went ahead and put it down on there, and it looks like there's some sort of something for later on in the game, maybe, because it looked like there was some other places where there's resources, but had a little bit of steam coming out of them. So I'm guessing it's maybe some sort of like vent or something. Maybe in a later tier, because I didn't see anything that looked like it would go on there. It was being protected by some other creatures, so I didn't really bother with it. So, yeah. Okay, so let's see. So that's running. And why aren't you running? It's because it's got to get... Okay, so this has got to get full... Oh, did I pick the wrong recipe? I did. There we go. That's a little better. Okay, now that's filling up. Okay. So we should have some plastic coming out now. Should get some rubber, and I'll just sit in here because, I mean, obviously this is going to be able to hold it. Let's see. Can I flush? Alright, well, it's letting me do a little something, I guess, so. Now, we need 200 of each, so I got 120 and 185 from picking up around the hard drive, so we got almost enough. And this is so we can unlock petroleum power, so I just kind of... I kind of short-circuited going for the trains for the moment, because we're just about out of power. So I figure petroleum power might be the better thing to do. So that way we can at least start burning something, even if I just have to burn some oil directly until I convert it over to fuel, or just something. We need to be able to do something. So that's kind of what we're doing here. Now I could see... Now let's just take a peek here. If I come back up here to another refinery, and let's just go there. So what's what can I make with heavy oil? Okay, I can make fuel. Can be used as is to generate power or packaged to be used for fuel. So this costs 6. Doesn't say how much it's really making, does it? Let's just set that to that, and let me I'm just gonna bring it in just so I can see how that's gonna work out here. Alright, let's go there. I mean, because I don't mind letting this thing kind of start getting some fuel built up. Okay, oh, I gotta get power. Stinking power. Okay. Heavy oil residue. Oh, did I? Did a boo-boo. I had that going into the input. Silly me. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, so if we go here to there, there to there, this guy gets fuel, and then this guy gets power. Alright, so that'll start creating some fuel. Not that I can do anything with it. I don't even think I have fuel storage containers at the moment. Let's see. I got a fluid buffer. I don't know if that'll let me do oil, because I think one of the items we can unlock is like an oil buffer kind of thing. So let's just see if we're close to the 200 on each. So that gives me 255. And that gives me just a little over 200. So I should have enough motors and encased beams at the back at base to be able to do something about this. So let's go ahead and go get our fuel power unlocked. And can I do anything with that? No, it won't let me. Okay. So that's just going to kind of have to hang in there. So let's go head back to our base and turn this stuff in. Okay, well, that takes a little while to run over here now. So let's go ahead and get these filled in. Let's see, we need 100 of those, we need 200 of those, and 200 of those. And petroleum power, activate! Choo!
Milestone reached. It is my honor and privilege to inform you that the fuel-powered generator, as well as the industrial fluid buffer, are now available. Due to a lack of gold in your sector, Caterium will serve as a suitable replacement to construct the fuel-powered generator. Your research into this element was valuable. In fact, you in particular are my most valuable pioneer, but don't tell the others I said that, it would be bad for morale.
Okay, so, I'm gonna have to hurry up and get my Caterium factory to start making quick wire. I just have it sinking raw Caterium ore to the awesome sink right now. But to do that, we need power. So one of these will give us 250 megawatts of power. So I have enough resources to build at least one. So that'll give us a good chunk. I can just run that on the fuel that we're producing right now. Probably. So we'll see what that'll do. I also need to start putting down some of this power storage. It's like, I think it's just about time to start figuring out a whole thing for this stuff. So we also need to get fluid packaging, if I can speak. So we got everything except the plastic, I think. So let's go ahead. Well, I can go ahead and fill this in. Oh, I can't drop anything off yet. Let's see, if I clear some of my stack out. See, I might go ahead and make some motors by hand while waiting on this thing to come back. So we'll come back. I'm going to go steal some of the steel beams from our other space elevator factory. And then we'll get things moving along and go put down a fuel factory and see if we can get some extra power going to our power grid. And start figuring out how we're going to do stuff, because I think we're going to have to go ahead and set up a quick wire factory, since we got some Caterium right around the corner from where I'm at. We actually got a pure and a regular node, I believe, so we can go ahead and combine them, and maybe that's a good spot where I can use some trucks. So we'll be back in, I don't know, about 10 minutes this clock time, but not to you. So we'll be back. Okay, after running around the map to collect some resources, and waiting for this shuttle to come back, we are ready to unlock fluid packaging. So we're going to drop the last of our plastic because our oil has already stopped producing, because we are full. So let's go ahead and get all this stuff in here so we can get the packager done. We're going to create better fuel for our little rocket pack. Ka-chow!
Milestone reached. Avoid the embarrassment of placing liquids in your pockets only for them to spread across your suit. Package and unpackage them with the packager. Packaging fluids allows them to be transported in your inventory, on conveyor belts, and by vehicles. For increased, non-pocket related fluid storage, you can now use the industrial fluid buffer.
Okay, so now we got a few more things unlocked. So we got the packager. It's going to need some plastic. Okay, it has 10 meters of head lift. Interesting. Okay. We got, let's see, what else did we get? Got our fuel generator. I think it's under organization maybe. Yeah, okay, here's the industrial fluid buffer. So it's got input and output ports, so that'll hold us over. So that'll give us a nice little power buffer if we're overproducing and under consuming. Yeah, so that's not too bad. So let's see, anything else did we get? I don't know why those say new, because I was just using the concrete. Okay, so let's see, what other milestones can we look at here? So you got Logistics Mark IV, which I did not check to see if I had enough rubber. Dang it, because that would be nice to go ahead and get this unlocked. That would also give us the truck. Okay, so let's see. Industrial manufacturing. All this is going to need, see, plastic, everything else we got, pretty much. And that's going to give us our project part number 4, project part number 5. Heavy modular frame. Okay, but basically we want to get trains. We want to get the blueprint for this undone. But I'm going to need computers, and I'm going to need heavy modular frames. And so I need this. I got to get this guy unlocked so I can get the bigger blueprint. So I want to start doing some infrastructure, but I want to use the 5x5 grid, not the 4x4. So I think that'll work a little better for us. We get a little extra height as well. So I definitely want to get this unlocked, and then that'll allow me to start looking at trains and all that fun stuff, and potentially start making things a little better. So we need 400 plastic. I think we can manage that here shortly. Need rubber. Let's see if I can go ahead and load some of this stuff up, because I do have some of it here. Oh, I can't load it up because I still gotta wait. Dang it. Well, let's go check. I'm gonna go check and see how much rubber we got. Maybe I'll put down a fuel generator so that way we can at least start using up some of that heavy fuel, let it keep running. And I'm gonna use my little rail cannon that I did to kind of get me partway there. Whee! So we're gonna kind of sail over, say hi to the elevator. We're gonna get our little safety hooks out here. Let's grab onto this wire, and boom. And I gotta cut that tree down because it's in my way. And let's go ahead and get up here. Woo. So yeah, this track is a little wonky. I need to collect that Mercer sphere too. Get that out of the way. But yeah, we're definitely going to build us a big fuel plant over here and use it for this fuel generator. But I want to see if maybe I can... come on, get on there. There we go. Alright, so let's come over here. Whee! And boom. Okay. So we need some more foundation here. We just want to be able to put down at least one fuel generator here. So power. So let's go ahead and drop you down right there. And then we're going to grab you. Go there, and then we're gonna go there. Do, 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 do. And bloop, and alley-oop. Okay. So this is gonna burn 20 per minute. I don't even know if I have enough to make 20 per, or we have enough input to get 20 per minute, but let's just put you right there. We'll just connect you up to there. And get you connected into power. So that way everybody's all happy. Okay, so this thing produces 40 per minute. So actually this thing can feed two. We can feed two generators off of that one. Wow. Okay. Let's go ahead and build one more. Let's not. I need rubber. Let's go see if we have enough rubber I can do that. We do. Barely. Okay, so we're going to say, hey, mister, we're going to copy you. And we want you to be in line with that. Boom, boom. We're going to go you to you. Okay, so while I was waiting for things, I came over here and dropped 2 fuel generators down. So that, I guess, another 500 megawatts of power, and it probably won't be able to keep up with it completely because I need like 3 of these to feed 1 of these, which will feed 2 of those if I just use basic fuel. So I need to look at maybe unlocking turbo fuel or one of the other fuel sources that we have. Well, I wonder if that yellow light is it just because it can't, I'm not consuming it fast enough yet? I mean, this eats 60 per minute, but I guess it's going to take a little while for it to get caught up. So while we're waiting, that's kind of what well, actually that's all I got to do right now is wait. So we're waiting on this to produce enough material for us to get the next couple milestones unlocked, so we can look at getting our Mark II blueprint designer and get some more of this, get the Mark IV belts, which is what this thing is gonna do for us right now. You know, we need 200 rubber. We're at what, 183? So we got 300 encased beams. We got plenty of modular frames over at our little starter factory, our starter iron factory. So we should be able to get those all knocked out really quick. And then we can get, but we got to get the first tier of phase 5 unlocked so we can get computers and one of the other resources that we need to unlock the Mark II blueprint designer. So I do want to start getting some logistics made. So we will come back after I get some of that stuff all done, since I'm just going to kind of nurse along, wait for this to get what I need. And I got to start thinking about a factory for fuel, and how we're going to make power. So I got to start thinking about that. And then we're going to start looking at designing this out, since we got a pure tower there. There's another normal node over here, and then we got the normal node right here. So got a bunch of oil to use, and I want to use it all up. So we'll be back. So I'm trying to do some layout here. And we're trying to see if I can't, how I'm going to fit all these things here. So we got, what, 5? Should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5. Okay. So I left a little bit of a gap here, but we have 5, 10, 15, 20. We're going to do 3 floors of these guys. So I'm basically just using this wall here to kind of give me an idea how big it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we come over here, we'll just go right on up. And I'm gonna take right here from the corner. Let's go ahead and just get this on. I'm just gonna try to get power going because, oops. I realize that as much as I want to make it pretty, I got a lot of stuff to unlock. And we got a lot of things to do still. So I think I'm gonna just focus on getting the power running and start getting some of these other factories started to be built. So we can start getting things produced that we need. That way we can actually get to the point where we can do some nice design. So let's do this guy here. Did I have one that was, see, what size floor did I do here? Was it a 1 or a 2? Looks like 2. Okay. And I don't have a blueprint of that yet, so basically I'm gonna go out 1 there, 1 there, and then we can kind of just fill it in. Roop. Roop. And I'm gonna hook up hyper tubes in between each floor here, so that way we'll be able to get where we want to go. But yeah, we're just gonna kind of get this squared away. Let's see, this is was this where we needed to be? Oh dang, we still gotta go out further. How much further did we have to go? I probably should do a wall right there. So that'll be that wall. First, let's go ahead and bring these out. Okay, so that's roughly to there. Okay, so let's go ahead and get our wall, go up 8. 8. And then we're gonna go back and grab our foundation. Let's do 2. There we go. Let's get these. Let's just go out to 10. Can always delete. It's like blueprints do make this go a little faster, but at least the zoop is pretty quick. As long as we have all the concrete. Do, 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 do. Now this is built on the world grid, so that way hopefully it'll be able to do what we want here. So let's see, I need to go ahead and get, I need 10, or I need 20 of these power fuel generators. I'm trying to get all the fuel generators hooked up first, just because I think it's gonna take me a bit to. How's the surface uneven? Oh, maybe it's off the edge. Yeah, it was off the back edge. Okay. Oh, I gotta turn that around anyway. Okay, so dang it, I don't remember where I hooked that up at. So let's just do this. Let's go ahead and get us a hyper tube floor hole. Transpo floor hole. Let's put it right there in the center. And let's get us a little tube to come up and we'll have it kind of come out here this way because, well, that's kind of fitting. So that way we can kind of get all this here. There's our entrance on here. And then I will be running some power on the back wall, so we can just do a wall outlet. Like so. And then I need to take that guy. And well, we don't have the wall here yet, so of course this is going to be a pain. Okay, so let's go ahead and get this wall. You hop tube. Let's come down to about right there. I'll just set that right there. All this fun. I gotta start figuring out how I'm gonna do this stuff for real, because like trying to get this all kind of doing what it's gonna do. Let's just stick that right there, and then I'll connect one up top. So, but I do need to get some power down here to the bottom. Let's go. Come here. Can you grab it? You know what? I probably should have. Let's do this. Let's get a double wall outlet. So that way I can go there. And I can take that guy. And we can create a power pole that. We can remove this power pole later, but for now I'm just trying to get this connected so we have something. Here, let's just run this over here onto this little platform, because this isn't going to be here forever anyway, so we can just do this and go boom. Okay. Now our hypertube's got some power, so we can get up and down. Okay. So we have this lined up on the second foundation in and the halfway mark. Okay. Okay, well first, let me go ahead and get this guy hooked up from here. Dang it, come on. There we go. Bloop. Alright, it's a little slow, but you know, I don't need cannon level speed here, so okay. And then that gives me room to where I can actually do a secondary tube here if I want. Okay, so power generator. So we need this lined up on the second grid and about the halfway spot. So it's about right there, I think. Yeah? Yeah. Okay, because I don't really need to get around the backside, so... So there's that one. Let me go ahead and bring it down 5. Because I know I'm going to run out of these materials, so I'm just trying to get down as many as I can, because I'm going to have to be going back and forth, so... And, oh, and I'm already out. Go figure. Okay, so we have these guys here. So where's their power joint? It's on the back. Okay, that's perfect for this side. So now what we gotta do is I need to get another connector that goes up top. So let's go ahead and get us a... Yeah, that's probably good. So this is gonna be kind of going a little cockeyed because we're gonna kind of bring it down to there, like so. And then I need to get another floor hole. Like that. And then we can connect this guy up. Go boom, boom. And then let's go ahead and get, come down here. We'll go. Bloop. Okay. Might need to change that to a Mark II. But basically we need 3 floors, so I'm just gonna see if this will this get us all the way up? It does. Good. Go ahead and come here. We're gonna bring this out like so. Okay, and then we can just bring us our wall. I'm just gonna bring 1 wall for now because, well, we're not gonna... I might leave the top one open, who knows? So let's go ahead and get us a power. Oh, I gotta get the entrance on there first. Let's do this. Here we go. Bloop, put the floor back. Okay, so now we got our hypertubes going all the way up to the top. We're going to have to bring in all of our fuel, and we got to get all the stuff for doing this, so. Okay. Well, that works out. The pipe stopped me. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we got to get all this stuff built. So we're going to basically replicate this up 3 floors. We'll get that going. And then up here is where we're going to do our fuel production as well as some plastic and rubber. And I think it's about time that we start getting some stuff situated to maybe we can start getting it in our dimensional depot. So we did unlock that. So yeah. So let's see. I kind of laid out where I want these to go so I can kind of do this. I think I had yeah, input here, output on the back, and oh, I'm out of motors for that too. Dang it. So what I want to do and then is that, and then I'm gonna put like a battery wall right through here so we can start storing some stuff. I actually created a little blueprint that I kind of want to use for, that I'm thinking about using for this, which is going to be basically this guy. So let me see how it looks when I get 2 of them together, because I do have to kind of scoot them into each other because I want them to clip together like so, because they should take a single spot. So actually I probably should just remove this so I'm not doing a double on each side now that I think about it. So that's going to create us a nice little walkway here that's going to be lit up, hopefully. with our nice little coated concrete floor. So yeah, so I am trying to think about how this is gonna work. Let me see if I delete. Yeah, because there's two. Yeah, I think I might modify this blueprint to remove it off of one corner. So that way we're not doubling up. Save on resources and all that good stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna go get some motors and some other things. We're gonna get all of that built. So like I said, I'm gonna build all 3 floors of our fuel tower, and then I'm gonna drop down all of these refineries on this green section here and this green section over there, so that way we can get this stuff going. We can start figure out how we're gonna get all the pipes routed and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna have to do several trips back and forth, so I'm gonna do through the power of editing, I'll let you skip ahead. And we are near our halfway point in getting this thing set up. I just figured I'd give you all a check-in and view of kind of what we got going here. As I continue to try to assemble this, I'm still running back and forth. Let's just say that this Pioneer is going to have arms like the Rock by the time we're done with all the zip lining. So we got, the way this is going to be worked out here is I have 2 lines, which is going to be in this red. The back one in the orange I still haven't recolored yet. So this is what's going to be making our fuel. And so we're going to be using the fuel recipe through these 30 refineries. Those are going to output resin and fuel, and each 15 stack is going to give us 600 fuel. So 600 fuel is going to fuel one whole side of this generator tower. So that's going to be 30 generators per side, or 10, 20, 30, wait, yeah. 30, 60, yeah, 30, 60, yep. So 10, and 10 per floor. Per side. So and since I've been running some fuel power issues, I'm going to try to get one whole side actually up and running with this one side going, so that way we can continue on the other side. I did have to shut down some of my factories just to kind of conserve power. But with all this, we have resin as a byproduct. So what we have here is 18 refineries. These 18 refineries are going to create plastic and rubber, and then I have these all output here, so that way I can come into some boxes. We're going to throw some dimensional depots on top, and then I have awesome sinks for the overflow. So this should eat all the resin exactly. I think this is going to be my most perfect ratio to build so far, with no overclocking outside of the oil wells themselves. So we're gonna, because we have 2 pure nodes that are gonna get to 600, and then we have 2 normal nodes that will get to 300. So those are gonna be overclocked. Each 300 oil is gonna feed 5 refineries. So that's why we got 15 in a stack. So I'm gonna pair 1 normal and 1 pure together on 1 row. And so now I'm just working on the logistics and getting hopefully the last of these fuel deep refineries going, so that way we can get these things hopefully hooked up soon. So yeah, so this is kind of what I'm doing here, just trying to get the last of these hooked up. And so this, because I want to get it, like I said, I'm trying to get one side running, so that way we can get things moving along here, because we need power. We are in desperate need of power, and this is going to give us quite a bit of gigawatts compared to what we've been running. So really looking forward to getting this thing turned on. Once we get it turned on, we'll get some decorations. Like I said, I'm going to do some I'm going to install some batteries, but we'll do all that kind of at the end. But we are doing essentially Mark 1 pipes for each floor of the refinery, of this piece here, and then we'll have each 15 stack of oil refineries will produce 600 fuel. So we're gonna be basically fully saturating a Mark II line. So we'll see how that all works. I know that there's definitely some weird oddities, you know, with dealing with fluids in this game. So from what people say, so we'll kind of have to just kind of see how things go once we get it all turned on. But at least by running one stack, we'll be able to, we can actually go through and test it, and then we can make changes to the other stack before we get too far along. So that's going to be a nice little side benefit, I guess. So I do still have to go through and hook up power. Right now I'm just going to go ahead and color these. I'm making them red just because, well, a lot of my factories are going to be kind of red. I'm doing kind of trying to do some dark themes for everything, so not so light and airy, but you know, thinking more dark gothic / you know, Tron maybe. We'll figure it out. But yeah, so we got at least this side here. These 10 now are done. So I'm gonna go through, I gotta figure out how I'm gonna hook up power, if I'm gonna put a roof on this, or leave this top floor open to the elements. I'm not quite sure yet on this side here. I might enclose it just to enclose it. This side down here I do want to enclose, but that's going to come after the fact. Probably come back to that at a later date after we get some more stuff unlocked, so that way we can get things moving. So I need factories to produce things so we can build things. So we're gonna keep on going with getting this side hooked up. Like I said, I gotta get this all basically plumbed and wired and turned on. I have this stack here for the, you know, all wired and hooked up on the outputs, but I still gotta get all the inputs done. Gotta get the inputs done there, gotta get the outputs for the fuel, figure out how I'm gonna route it over here, how many pumps I'm gonna need, all that fun stuff. So we'll come back and check and see how things are going here in a bit. Okay, I don't know how many hours I have spent so far trying to get some of this stuff hooked up. One thing I did do is I hooked up some batteries so that way we can help jumpstart our factory here. And I've really, like I said, I only hooked up one side so that way we can get some power going, because our power is in dire need. So if I did this right, we will have fuel coming out here with resin coming out, and I got this all hooked up. It's in a Mark II pipe because we should be producing right at 600, and I got everything kind of powered up, and then I got some roughing on some roofing just so I can kind of see how things are going to go. So I got to run power to everything. We got our three floor of our fuel generators. We got them all wired up, ready for power and again fuel. So I got all this stuff here hooked up. So I got a couple pumps getting our fuel all the way up to the top, and then we're going to come back down on the inside. So the main thing we got to do now is hook up our oil. I want to get the oil and the water running. So what I want to do is, and actually, you know what? I think I want to change this. Let's make this. See, that's going to get disconnected there. Let's go ahead and make this a wall outlet. So we can make one right there. And then let's go ahead and just get it connected to this guy. Get it connected to this guy. And then if we take it, come on. Yeah, grab it. Okay, so we're gonna come down here. Boom. Get that onto there. And then we're gonna bring this on down here, because like I said, I got a connection here. So let's see, can I make it reach? Nope. So let's just get that there, and then we can kind of come over here and get that connected. Okay, so that's going to get us power to our water tower, so we can get those pumping. It's going to get us to our oil, so we can get oil pumping, and we got to overclock that one. And then let's go ahead and get oh, I might have to make this a Mark II, because we need this to come down here. Let's go about right there. Now let's get this to come over here a bit. And that's gonna go there, down to there. And that should get us hooked into everything, I think. Yeah, that should at least get us hooked into that and the hypertubes. Okay. So let's go ahead and make this a Mark II so we can get extra connections, because we already got 4 going. And we're going to take this on down here. We're going to bring it down. And we got to get this kind of trying to figure out where we're going to get our power coming in at. So, oops. Okay. First off, let me go ahead and remove some of this. Because I'm not sure where we're going to put our underground, our basically our floor pillar, so we're not floating, but we'll figure it out. Main thing is I want to get the power kind of coming over here, and then we're going to get it hooked into the grid. Here, let's just come over here onto this little platform over here, so we can kind of come to the edge. Let's go roughly there. And then now we got to start looking at disconnecting all of this, because we're going to need to hook up all of this. We're going to hook up this oil back over here. So let's go ahead and get over here. I got to get this oil overclocked so we can get our 600. So I already put one in there. Okay, 2, 3. Okay, we're going to go full blast on this sucker. And now it's time to come over here. We're going to start disassembling all of this. So remove you. So let's go ahead and get let's just kind of do this. Do. Let's go and just get rid of as much of this little stuff here as we can, and we'll leave our little dude here, just kind of our containers, so we can use up that stuff for now. And then let's just you know, I'll leave the awesome sink there for now, just in case I decide to empty it that way. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and kill this. Let's kill that. Kill that. So that was giving us power to up top temporarily. Let's come up here. Let's do this. Let's get this going through the floor. Let's come down here. Let's go about right there. Let's kill that line, and then we can just go from there to there. There to there. Okay, that should get us our wiring connected up underneath, so that way we're, you know, not looking weird. Okay, so then let's go here and there. Okay, so that should make this green, right? So our extractor should start kicking off. Okay, so it is going. It's, well, white, I guess. So I'm doing this so that way we can start getting all of our pipes full, because we got to get it pumped up. So now we got to get this pipe from over here to here. So that's why I'm trying to delete some of this stuff, because it's going to be in the way. Let's go and kill you. Let's go and get rid of some of this old foundation that we won't need no more. Okay, let's go. Okay, now we could do like a single foundation just to kind of do stuff, but I think I'm going to turn this around. So let's go ahead and kill that pole. And we're gonna change this oil extractor. I did it. Oh, I don't have any room. Oh, great. Okay. Let's see. What do I have in my... There we go. Let's just throw that coal away. I don't need that coal. Take all. Okay, now we're gonna get this oil and get it hooked up. Yeah. So, oil extractor. So I want it to go that way. So, yeah. And then we also need to get this guy fully overclocked. Okay, so now let's get... He's only going to put out 300, so we're just going to use our standard pipe. So we need to come to about right there. And then... Okay, so I'm going to have to put... Alright, let's do foundation. Let's do a 1 meter. It's like this part, I don't care if I'm on the world grid. Let's make sure we're in the zoop. Just kind of do here. Ah. Block 2. And you just kind of go out a bit. And I need to take a quick break because, yep. All right, so we'll come. I gotta take a break. We'll be right back. We'll get this all kind of situated. We're gonna go right there. We're gonna kind of bring it over right through here. And let's see. Well, actually, let's just see if we can't get it connected really quick. Gosh dang it. Let's go there. We're gonna come on down about right. Yeah, about right there, I guess. And then we want to see if we can't get it to connect up. Pipe is too long. Okay. There we go. Alright, so that should let us get this going. Okay, so, and we'll color the pipe here in just a minute. Let's go get this oil pump turned on. I want to get all the pipes saturated before we get everything kind of going. Let's do that. Okay, so there we go. So we're gonna let this hopefully let this pipe get saturated. We'll check on all our flows and then we'll see about starting to turn some of this stuff on here in just a minute. Okay, so we got our oil. It's yellow, so that means it's probably running. I gotta figure out how I want this to work. So we got power in there. The main thing I want to do is check all of our oil and water. So we go is it full? I can't tell. Okay. Let me check my water. The water should be easier to tell. Okay, so that's empty. 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 Let's see what's going on here. Well, it's not on. Why is it not on? Okay, well, it looks like I got yellow. Did I blow the fuse? Because that's not pumping. So like, don't tell me I blew the fuse. Let's come over here. We're gonna check on this tower. Well, no, that looks pretty steady. So what's going on here? Did I maybe mess up my power connections underneath? Why is this? This is just weird. I mean, those are working. What in the world? Why is it? Okay. So it says it's got some in the extractor, but current amount in pipe. Okay, maybe the pipe is full. Then why did the water one look weird? I would have expected the water to at least... Oh, well, this one's blue. Okay, that's blue. Come on, man, let me get up here. So that's got 0. What the heck? Why is this? Is it too high? Okay, so let me delete it. Let's see. And let's put in a new one. Let's do logistics pump Mark II. Let's bring it down. Right there. Okay, now it's pumping. Okay, so let's go check. Now I'll have to go check up top. Now, one thing I did notice that was interesting with the coloring is if I break a pipe that's already been colored, these things go back to orange and it won't recolor unless I change the swatch and then change it back, which is annoying. But okay, so that's doing its thing, so that's good. So let's go back up top and check our pipes. Maybe they're just full. So if we come over here, we can just check. You know, it says pipe's full. This has got 10 in pipe, 6 in pipe. So that pipe's full. 10 in pipe, 6 in pipe. Okay. So I guess maybe it's okay. And now this one looks like it's full. Okay. So it looks like we're full, so I need to go ahead and start getting at least the oil running. So we got that connected, so what I'm gonna do is run a connection up over to here. Let's do a double wall outlet right here. And then we'll just do a single, like right there. Let's come around to the back side, just go from here. Did I not? Oh man, I didn't hook up all the power. Oh goodness gracious. Let me see. Let's see how bad it is. So, come on, man. There we go. All right. How many did I not configure? Looks like maybe half. Great. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and get this power hooked up. Basically, all I'm doing is dropping one like right here in front of it. And then I just go straight up, so that way we can basically do this to here, like so. You know, there to there, and there to there. You know, we'll connect that one to that other one that we just created. But first, let me go through and make sure that we got wall outlets for all of these guys. And then we'll come back and get all these powered up. Okay, I think I got them all. So now we're gonna go ahead and do that, which should turn these guys on. Start producing fuel. There's some resin coming out, and so we should start seeing some fuel coming out here. Might take a minute, but let's just go down the line and just make sure we got resin coming from all sides. We do. Our fuel is slowly building up. Now we gotta go get our power turned on for the resin processing, otherwise this is gonna be a mess. So, as you can see, it's already stopped, so I need to go ahead and get me a power. Let's come back down here, let's get this power right here. Let's get it. Let's get this connected. Come on. Okay, so let's go from there. To there. Okay, so that should start letting this get processed here. So this is going to use up the full, this should use up the full 480 stack. Now it's going to put us at mostly just producing plastic right now. And then we'll get, once we get the other side hooked up, we'll start getting rubber, but we do have this set up to fill this guy and then get us into the awesome sink. So we should be all good to go. So, yep. So now we're gonna come over here and check our power. Oh. Did I actually hook those ones up to power? Or does it not matter? Oh, I guess they just start... Did they just start running on the fuel? Yeah, they're not connected in the grid yet, so... Let's get these into the grid. Okay, so that should get those into the grid. Yep, so there, now we're at 4,000. Alright, let's go up to the second floor. Let's get this hooked up to the grid. I didn't realize they would just kick on. That's nice. So you just need the wires for that power output, which is good. Okay, so let me just come down here and go boom. Boom. Now these ones won't, it'll probably take a little bit for these ones to get their power. Just because we got to get this pipe full. Because these should not use up all of it. So it might take it a little while for it to get running just because it is a manifold set up, so it's going to take a little bit for all this excess to get going. So let's go take a look at over here. Let's just make sure everything is running as we expect. So we should have, you know, a bunch of stuff coming out of all of these guys. They should all be green. And the resin's not getting out fast enough, huh? Let's go take a look down here. Because I did the math that we'd use every bit of it. I could actually make these Mark II. That might make it go a little faster. We are using Mark IV belts for the for this guy. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. So now it's loading up. Why are we getting such backup though? Because this is producing... Oh, that one's not backed up. So that one's producing 30 per minute. Let's go take a look at the... Let's come down the line and just see. See, this one's getting stuck. That means that one's going to cut off, which isn't good. So why is that... So 30 times 15, 450. So we got 480. This belt does 480. Now our consumption. So our consumption is 60 per minute on these machines. So So 60, and I got 9 of them. It's 540, so I mean, we should be... Now, actually, it's supposed to do 7.5, so that's the half. I could throw a splitter on here just to temporarily give us some breathing room, but I mean, we should catch up, to be honest. Okay, yeah, it looks like we are catching up, so that's down to 40, so good. Okay. So these should all stay green. Just gotta let it run, I guess. Okay, so basically what I'm trying to do is just I want to make sure that this side works before I hook up this side. And then this is our consumption. So we should be able to keep these all up and running. And we're only getting 7.5 on plastic right now, so we're getting no rubber, just plastic. Why is that one red? Oh, well, it would help if I have the output on there, huh? Well, shoot. This would be part of my problem. Looks like I didn't hook up some of these plastic. Let's go along the line, make sure we got them all hooked up now. Okay, now they're all hooked up. Alright, these ones are hooked up because they're all going through lifts. So, okay, so now... Why is this one? Oh, wow. How did that not get... It's a recipe. Okay, and this is why we check things. Okay. So now everything down here should be green except for those guys down there because they need resin, which is going to come from the next line. And why are you... Oh, it's probably because we're getting caught up on all these ones. So how we doing? Yeah, we're filling up pretty good. So we got, this is a Mark III. Probably swap it out to a Mark IV to make it faster. But if I remember right, the math said that Mark III was as good as we needed, so. Alright, so that'll get caught up here in just a bit. So now it's just a matter of, let's see how we're doing on our fuel. Because we should have, hopefully, a fully saturated line. So that looks like it's full. Okay, I see 5 green lights on this floor. Let's go look at the second floor. Looks like I now see 5 green lights, which is good. And that's showing full, so let's go take a look at the third floor. Fingers crossed. I see some green lights and I see a couple red, so looks like we're getting there. It's still building up its pressure. Okay, it's slowly getting there, but we're now up to 8 gigawatts, so that added, what, 6? Roughly, I think. Because what did we do? We had 250 times 30. Yeah, that's about 7.5 gigawatts. So yeah, so far so good. It looks like that's gonna work. Yeah, so there we go. So we're gonna just now go hook up the other side. So it looks like our water is working. And once we get the other stuff going, the water will run better because it'll use it all. So let's, yeah, okay, cool. Very good. Okay. Batteries are doing battery things and everything else is doing its stuff. So now I just got to replicate all of this mess to the other side. And then what we'll do is I got to figure out, I think I might bring this to the other side of the power tower. And we got to build the rest of the power consumption, which I need to go ahead and get that doing because that takes a lot of resources to get all these built. So next we're going to go ahead and get all these built and get this side going, the same as that side. And hopefully that'll get us where we need to be. So that way we can go build a couple more factories, because we need to build a small SAM factory. We need to build a quartz factory. We need to build a Caterium factory. We need to build lots of stuff. I mean, we need computers. We need some more advanced milestones. We're almost done with all of our current milestones outside of the phase 3 components. So we got to get the phase 3 components, figure out rails, all this good stuff. So we got a lot coming. So I am going to work on getting this wrapped up, figure out what I'm going to do with some styling. I think, this style might work for this side of the factory. Get the rest of the batteries installed maybe, and go from there. So we're going to let this kind of power run now that we have enough juice to run everything that we got. And we'll come back when this is all complete. Okay, we still have a lot of work to do, but I think we're at a point where I can turn this all on. And hopefully didn't break anything. So let's just see. We got full pipe. So yeah, so things are running. Let's come down here and check on this pipe, make sure we got fluids in it. We do. Okay, so we should start seeing all of these guys run. If we don't, we'll have to check and make sure that they're doing. See, that's getting nothing. I think that some of these junctions I might have gotten screwed up, so that's why I'm wanting to check these just so I can. All right, now. There we go. So that should. Okay, there we go. Dang it, this one's not working either. Alright, let's just okay, let's check these. Again, check the smokestacks. Actually, let's come back down here and let's check these stacks. Dang it. Alright. That one's not running either, so let's get these two fixed. Let's get on top here just so that way we can make it easier. Alright, that should let these guys start running. Alright, there we go. There's those two going. There's 5. Okay. Man, it's like almost none of these took. What the heck? Okay, so that should get that guy running now. Okay. Now let's just come down here again. We're just gonna check the oil stacks. It looks like these two might not be getting anything. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, now we got, looks like we should have everything going now. Got resin coming out, so green, we should hopefully see green across the board. Why is this one yellow down here? Is it not putting the fuel out? Oh wait, I forgot to turn on the... Well no, the fuel should be going. Yeah, fuel should be going. Unless the pumps aren't good enough. So let's come over here. Actually, let's come over here and check this pipe. Still got to do all my coloring, but I just want to check the pipe. Okay, so that one's staying full. What's going on here? Let's see. Okay, that one's full. Why is that? Oh, you know what? I don't think I hooked up the roof. I got everything hooked up, I think, except for maybe the roof. Let's come on up here. Got our little support ladder on the outside. Come on. Oh, yep, I sure did not. Okay, so let's go 0. And let's bring it down about right here. Okay, now we go. So that's starting to push fuel down. Means we should start seeing some of these kick off. Okay, yep, there's some green. There's some green. I say it'll take a little while before they all get going, but should be able to keep all of these green now. Let's come on down. Let's check our rubber production. So why are you guys not producing? Is it just because we got stuck on the pipe, the fuel? Yeah, it's because we got stuck on the fuel. Okay, so, well, once our fuel starts getting used, it will start burning, and then this should start running a little better. That should start getting rubber put out the door. Yep, there goes some rubber. Okay, now let's just see why... Aw, shoot. For real? Okay. See, is it this one? Oh, no, it's the next one down. Oh, well, we can just come down here and go. We're gonna have to redo this. Okay, 0. Pipe. Pipe. You'll be seeing fuel come into it, yeah? We see, well, we see fuel running. Okay. Which means that these guys should be starting to run. There we go. That's a little better. Alright, so that's full. We got our 3 pumps running. Okay, so these ones, I mean, they got 50, so I mean, I got overkill on this, so. So yeah, so that should start letting this thing empty now, so hopefully that will start correcting itself. Okay, so yeah, we're starting to see 6 to 7, 6 to 8 greens. So yeah, so it's starting to flow. Yeah, we're seeing these pick up a little bit off and on. So yep, okay. So that means it should be starting to kind of do its thing. And yeah, you're starting to see a little more chunks coming in here as that fuel starts to be consumed. Good. Okay, so yeah, so it's just the fuel that's we got messed up on. Okay, well, I got to do some coloring, and we need to do some finish work. Get my little battery hallway going with the little entry exit. And I don't know if I have all the materials to be able to finish this off, just because I don't have silica really being produced yet. Let's go ahead and get you zooped all the way down for now. Might do something different with you later, but yeah, okay, so this is I do have a red in there. I don't know if it'll be better once I turn on the lumen, because I think I have lumen turned off right now just to make things a little easier for me while I'm doing all this fun work. Okay, so yeah, let's see. So that should give us, where's my power? Where's a power pole? So yeah, so we're up to 11,000 roughly megawatts, or 11,000 gigawatts. Max consumption at 37 right now. So yeah, we got some headroom now, finally. So this will all stabilize probably about another hour, I'm guessing. But yeah, that's our, let's see if we can't, let me see, can we get up here for now? I mean, this is not really... It's not really super pretty yet, but we're working on it. So yeah, so I need to beautify this up a bit. I need to get some silica production going so I can start making windows on the regular. And figure out what I'm going to do with this monstrosity. I'm thinking about just maybe glassing it in using some of the steel panels. I'm not quite sure yet. But, yeah, we'll figure something out. A little power tower next door. We do have, these are running off and on. You can see some rubber that just went through there. So like I said, it's going to take a little while before everything gets caught up, but this is set to consume all of the resin output, so... And then on the end, we have awesome sinks, which are already kicked off and running. So you can see here, we already got rubber. And, oh yeah, I forgot. I brought this stuff to where I can do my dimensional depot. This is going to be our first dimensional depot. So we're going to go out and in there. Out and in there. We're going to use a Mark IV. So that way we get it as fast as possible that we can do for the moment. That's going to load it up. And now, if we come in here to our tab, we now have our dimensional depot. Now, our upload speed is horrible. So we're going to have to work on getting that increased. But for the speed that I use a couple of these things, that's not too bad. And I'll probably just go ahead and use the take from inventory before depots, so that way it's all square. And yeah, so there we go. We got our first dimensional depot set up. And we got plastic and rubber going in, so yeah, so it's gonna fill up. And we got this guy filling up, going in pretty quick. And then we have our awesome sinks, and oh, well, we got 15 coupons. That's nice. We can get, I think, some more of our customization stuff unlocked. So that resin's running pretty good clip. And then we can just come down here. This is still yellow, but we'll get there. Slowly but surely, we will get there. So yeah, so I'm gonna try to do this decoration that I can. Get some more batteries and get as far as I can, but this is where we're gonna leave it for now. So if you stuck around this power build, it's nice to see you here, you know. I mean, I know this is kind of a crazy game. I mean, it's a huge time sink, so there's so much you can do with it. It's amazing. It's awesome. And frustrating at the same time. So anyway, until next time, we're gonna work on some other plants. We'll figure out what they are. So until then, we'll talk to you later. So thanks for watching.